welcome to another fresh take. Vicky, how are you?
I am good. How are you? How's it going?
I am making it. So, Loki, season two, episodes one and two. Uh, I'll say this: if watching episode one, they do not do a recap. They pick up right where episode six of season one left off. So, if you haven't watched it, you might want to go back and watch it. Watch at least the last episode because they pick it up right where it left off.
And that's good because I don't want no stupid recap. Just keep it moving. Why waste? These are all like short seasons. You get 6 or 7 episodes or whatever. So like to waste any time on a recap is ridiculous.
Especially when it's already there for you to just watch.
Yeah,
So
just go watch it.
yeah, just go watch it. So, but it does pick up right there. And in the first episode entitled Ouroboros, you basically the majority of the episode revolved around the hijinks of Loki basically getting ripped slash pulled to the past, present, and future at different times. Basically called time slipping, which was funny the way they were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it did tie into the episode as he was seeing different things happening in at different moments involving the characters. It could have been a little confusing, but I think they did a good job of explaining it like midway through it.
I
So
mean, I
when
don't think it was confusing at all. I don't understand how anybody could be confused.
well, because like the first couple times they did it, you didn't know whether he was in the past or in the present or the future. You didn't know. Well, the only time you knew was when he was in the present. You didn't know whether he was in the past or the future. That's what I mean by it. But like halfway through it, they actually laid it all out with what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was actually interesting with that episode because basically they're trying to stop all of the they're trying to stop time from basically imploding basically in that episode. And I think they did a very good job with that. I like the visual style of it. I still love the 50s, 40s, 50s slash idea of it of Loki as far as like the aesthetic is. I think that still works. And
Yeah.
I can't remember the character's name. The guy in the Ouroboros guy, the guy that's in the
That's his,
part.
I mean, that's his name,
Yeah,
Ouroboros.
yeah. He he's hilarious. I love him.
Well, first, I just like the name, period. Because I was like, Ouroboros, like the snake eating his tail, like for the infinity. Like, first of all, that is super deep and awesome.
Yeah.
I was already there when they said that was the name, and then you're talking about time and how like it's all connected and easily torn apart. So I thought that was really cool.
And the fact that he's like actually the dry humor he's throwing out works
Mm-hmm.
because he's saying stuff like, "Nah, this is how it is," but it's funny the way he's saying it.
Like
And
it was like, oh well, he would need a such and such, and that's never been made before. Actually, and then, like it was like the past, and then here, like I have it right here.
yeah. uh, and one of the things that I like, this was actually in the trailer, was when he put uh, Owen Wilson in the suit, Mobius in the suit, and Mobius like, "Hey, does this have a crack?" And he just put some duct tape on it
Mm-hmm.
and let him go back outside with a thing
You're
for
right.
ready.
You're
Bro.
right.
So yeah, and one of the one of the strong points of this episode is Mobius and him and the lady that plays B-15. I love them together, especially with Tom Hiddleston. I just think that trio just works. I need more of them on screen together because that trio just works to me. Um, this that first episode does set up an interesting thing for the season as how far people are willing to go to preserve that uh, that one timeline, even though we know that the rest of the Kangs are pretty much free now, and they finna have more than they can handle with now them knowing, that that where they can go and what they can do. So I'm like, this is gonna be very interesting seeing as how they're gonna have to try to figure out how to stop it or whatever. But what did you think about the first episode?
Oh no, the first episode was a great start to the season. So I like that they didn't keep the time slipping thing going for multiple episodes. They're like, this is the problem. We're solving it right here. Now let's move along.
Yeah, because I thought that was one of my fears. I thought it was going to be like an entire series, the whole season thing. But they fixed it in the first episode. I'm like, thank God. So, because I can see how that could get old real quick. Like, it was funny. It was fun times in the first episode, but I can see how that could get old real quick. And I do love the fact that they showed Sylvie, and she went to Oklahoma in 1982 and fell in love with McDonald's. I don't know how they commissioned McDonald's from the 80s to get rebuilt, but hey, more power to you, because they had to cost some money. Because McDonald's has changed over the years. We'll just put it like that. But I do kind of like that idea, and I also like the idea of one of the main TVA bigwigs actually wanting to go after her, which leads right into the second episode entitled "Breaking Brad." Hence why my name has Brad really had no clue. Brad. So after the first episode, you see them going into the town thing. They're the TVA marching, basically a bunch of soldiers with a bunch of bags. You find out that they're actually trying to prune the rest of those branches out that were made at the end of the first season. One of the hunters, X-15, aka Brad, he breaks away and pretty much builds a life for himself, being a movie star. And so Loki and Mobius try to go after him, basically. And the first part of the episode, I actually liked it because I was like, "Bruh, Brad, you're not getting away from Loki, who has full access to his abilities."
Yeah, like I think you forget that he still has powers.
Yeah,
he's just like super strong or anything like that. Like he has magical powers. Like he's the god of mischief. Like he's not just a regular human that's chasing you. Okay.
Like I don't think you thought this one through all the way. And of course, and I gotta give it to Tom Hiddleston. The way he plays that chase sequence, it's like, dude, why are you doing this? You know I'm gonna get you. And then he just has he has that Loki strut down to a T, to the point where he was like, he just stopped running, just like, nah, I'm not running anymore. So I'm just gonna put you in a bunch of scenarios and watch you lose your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I kind of like it. And that kind of set the tone for the episode a little bit, especially when they have to interrogate Brad. And I will give it to Brad. At first, he was catching them because he got Mobius in his feelings. He got Loki. He got Loki, not to the point that Widow got Loki in Avengers, but he got up under his skin a little bit. And that's when they were like, okay, well, I'm like, Brad, stop talking because you're running your mouth a little bit too much, and you forget Loki has committed genocide. You ain't nothing. Like, you are not anything. Loki has literally committed genocide, and you think he cares about your life.
Like,
clearly, you haven't thought this through
at all.
So, I thought that was very interesting. Especially how they do finally get him to talk. I thought that was interesting. And it made for a very good visual, and it made you remember that, oh yeah, this ain't the good guy Loki from Thor Ragnarok in Infinity War. This is still the asshole Loki from Avengers.
He's all the same person. That's the whole point of being a human or whatever, humanoid, is that you have layers. And in certain situations, if you need to be evil, you will be evil. Everybody has the potential to be that way. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I just like the way he did it though. The way he did it was just like, oh yeah, he can be terrifying because you really don't know what he's gonna do. And he started doing that smile where you're like, oh, he enjoying this. Like, Brad, just tell him the truth. Stop lying and
Mhm.
tell him the truth. Brad, just tell him the truth. Brad, tell him the truth. Brad, tell him the truth. Okay, all right. You seriously want to die? All right.
And it's like I don't understand why did he care not to tell him? Like, what was there? Just tell him. I don't. Did I
They
miss?
didn't explain that. They
Yeah,
didn't
but
explain
they
like,
didn't explain why he wouldn't just tell him. Be like, "Where's?" Like, soon as you start chasing me at my premiere, and I'd be like, "Oh, is that all you want? Okay, as long as you're not taking me back, I don't care." She's
yeah.
over so and so. I didn't understand why it was all the big to do.
Well, they tried to say it's because it's, pardon my language, but they tried to say it's because he's an asshole. But I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out that he's not like one of that lady's loyalists. So it wasn't like he was loyal to her, I forgot her name, the lady, the one of the TVA bigwigs that was doing the pruning, the blowing up stuff.
Oh, Renfield, Ren.
It's not Renslayer, it's the other lady. Renslayer is the younger
Oh,
lady.
the other.
Yeah, the older lady. He's not loyal to her. So because they explained that up front, so he wasn't loyal to her. But I was like, dude, that still doesn't make any sense as to why he was acting like that. When
Yeah.
you know, but I thought the actor did a good job because he did do a very good job playing it off until he realized who he was dealing with and remember, oh yeah, this dude has committed genocide and I am one person and maybe I should just tell him. So he does tell him, we go to see Sylvie and Sylvie is now working at the McDonald's.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the chicken nuggets are good, but they ain't that good. Which, once again, I do love the fact that Mobius is being Mobius in this scene because Loki and Sylvie go outside to have a talk. Mobius is in there with Brad, and they're basically eating, and he's trying to get him to tell him about the movie. Like, all right, thank you, Owen Wilson, for being Owen Wilson. We appreciate you for that. We really appreciate because that felt like it was like it was ad libbed. That just felt like it was ad libbed. But I actually enjoyed that scene, and that's when you find out that oh snap, this lady's about to blow up half the timeline, blow up all these branches on the timeline. They get there in time to not for her to stop some of it, but not all of it.
I
So
mean, looking at it,
she was
you knew what she was doing. I mean, I don't understand how they not figure out what she was. Soon as like
the first started going off. Yeah.
no, soon as you saw the people leaving, you knew what they were going to go do.
Well, in the first episode, they said they was going after Sylvie.
It don't take 5,000 of them. You
Yeah.
look, you see, you know what she was doing. Don't
Yeah.
we ain't that dumb.
Yeah. But I do like the side story of Miss Minutes. They're not being able to find Miss Minutes. I kind of like that, and that she was the one actually manipulating the pads.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. So I'm guessing that's where we're going next. Like, is the whole thing with Miss Minutes because how do you stop that particular AI? That's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting.
She's like Alice or whatever her name is from Resident Evil.
Yeah, the central AI computer in Resident Evil. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I enjoyed this episode too because of what it set up. And I forgot that Sylvie still has that medallion, so she could probably fix some of it. But I don't know if she wants to exactly because she's acting like she don't care as long
Yeah.
as she gets to work at McDonald's. Which I'm still trying to figure. Why do you want to work at McDonald's? But whatever.
I think she just wants to have
A life.
a normal life, mind numbing life that just leave me alone.
I mean, she got a truck. She got her old green truck. She she living the life, you know.
she's just chilling.
Yeah. So all in all, I like the first two episodes because I like what they set up. I'm actually looking forward to it. Let's hope they stick to landing. Because I like what they presented us so far, as
Mm-hmm.
far as the episodes are concerned. I mean, it's cool seeing because like I got to give it to Tom Hiddleston. He kills it as Loki.
Oh yeah, no, he does an amazing job.
Yeah. So I'm actually very interested in seeing what they do this season. Now, let me ask you this: you think we're gonna get to see any of the other Lokis come back, like President Loki and the alligator and Kid Loki?
I hope not, because I'm not really invested in them. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
care. It should just be these two and how it works out.
You didn't like the Black Loki?
Well, I mean, listen, the concept of multiple Lokis was okay for last season, but like, I'm over it. Like, let's
You're
keep
over it.
moving. Let's keep it moving.
Well, you heard it here first, people. She didn't like Black Loki and Alligator Loki, so
I mean, they're cool and all, but like, we did that, been there, done that. Let's
been
let's
there,
keep
done
it
that. Okay.
let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, true, true. And I think Jonathan Majors is supposed to show up in this season as Kang, so that's going to be as one of the Kangs. I hate when I have to say it like that because it makes it sound so country. But
Even with all his drama,
that has been that he's been exonerated of that.
mm,
So there you go. So
wasn't
yeah,
it a video and stuff that shows.
that shows that she lied actually because they finally showed the video to everybody. They released it publicly, so he's been cleared of all of that. So
This is wild.
yep. So he is supposed to be in the season because he is back as like I said the multiple different versions of Kang. So uh, it's going to be interesting to see how they integrate him into it
Mhm.
because we did see that post credit scene at the end. I want to say of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, where one of the post credit scenes was him as Victor Timely. So it's going to be interesting to see how they integrate him in. I thought he did a good job as the Conqueror version, so I'm
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
interested to see him because Jonathan Majors is a good actor.
Oh yeah.
Um, Regardless of what people may think about the situation, he is a good actor. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this uh, plays out in the season and going forward with him being the main villain. I think of the two Avengers movies that's supposed to be coming out. I think not next year, but 2025. I think is when those two Avengers movies supposed to come out. So it's going to be very interesting going forward. But final thoughts.
I look forward to seeing like what's going to be next, how they're going to handle everything, and seeing how it all shakes out.
Yeah,
Let's
same.
let's let's see. And are we going to have any like special pop up person?
Yeah, I'm hoping they do.
Because did we
Just
have a special pop up person in Ahsoka?
yeah, I was Hayden Christian.
Oh,
That
was
was,
that supposed to be the
that was
special? I guess
yeah.
because he was there so much, it didn't feel like a special pop up person. Like a
Well,
special pop up person happens at the very end.
yeah, or like that one-off episode or
Yeah, it has
whatever.
to be
That
like
show.
a special
I,
special. To me, he wasn't special because he came like 3 or 4 times. So it didn't.
well, yeah, because they did show him like a couple times, and he did have his full-on episode. The first half of that episode, where they were doing the
Yeah,
whole
so,
training
like it
thing.
didn't feel like a special pop up because I mean he just felt like
He was he
a
was supposed to
minor
be there.
character. He was just he
Yeah,
was a character on the show. Like he didn't feel like the person has to be like Ahsoka had her special pop up moment in Mandalorian. You know, like I feel
gotcha.
like it needs to be like a little. Poof, you're there.
Hey, I'm here. I don't know. I would hope to be fair, I would really hope that if they were able to, but I'm pretty sure they're probably not going to do it for them to bring Thor in just to see them because I like Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston together. I think their chemistry is off the chain. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind them like bring him in for like backup if he's up against something that he really does need his big brother's help for.
yeah.
Like because yeah, He's not the strong one. Thor is. Thor's the strong one. He's not. So that's what I wouldn't mind that being the one pop up. But to be honest, I don't know. They have a lot they can choose from. They have a lot they can choose from.
They really do. So.
But leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys thought of the first 2 episodes of Loki. We got 4 more episodes to go. So leave us a thought. Let us know what you thought and what do you think is going to happen. And if you do have a prediction of who might show up, leave it in the comments and let us know. Anything you want to pimp out, Vicky?
As always, come by Fangirl Review. Usually on Mondays, depending on how I feel. Wednesdays for game recording. I ain't gonna hold you because Mondays it'd be like, nah, fam, I'm just gonna lay right here. But Wednesdays for sure, if I have a game recorder and I have a game recorder this Wednesday, therefore I can't be like, nah, I'm good. So I also just, if you missed any game recorders, you can hit the YouTube Fangirl Review. I'm also going to be uploading a video of my New York Comic Con shopping haul, which was a crap load of stuff. So actually I need to edit that video. So stay tuned. That should be out this week. And so come on by.
Nice. Winging It podcast tonight, episode 161. It's that time of year, so we're going to be talking about horror games and a couple other things that happened this week. So mainly about horror games. So that's tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please come through. Chat will be open as always on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. So just so you know. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all the other good stuff. And we will see you guys next Sunday for another Fresh Take Loki episode 3.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.